lifelong injury at 20? Like, what if I got in a car accident? Like, what would I be? And I couldn't answer.
Why did you change up when we had it all? You threw me away like the leaves in the fall.
Before I got this injury, I was 110% performance driven, and all I cared about was how jacked I got and how good at scootering and how good at hockey I was getting. And that's really all I cared about, how good at physical things I was getting. And I completely neglected the mental aspects of life. Even though I was a psychology major, it's ironic because I didn't really care that much. We're about to go to the gym. I still love the gym, I still love scootering, but I am injured, so it is tough. It's tough to get in there and do all the workouts and continue to be on the scooter when I can't perform at my best, and that's something that I struggle with a lot. So I'm gonna show you guys today what it looks like to actually work out like this, but this isn't a gym vlog. It's not, I promise. Okay, so obviously, I'm not sitting here saying that the gym is for nothing or that it's not important. There's not a bunch of benefits that you can have in your life by going to the gym. And same with scootering, really. Either way, they can help your physique, your self-esteem, provide an outlet for certain people. Even like spiritually, they can make a difference in your life. Even if you don't think about it that hard, they're basically the opposite of instant gratification. Like with a scooter, you have to fall a million times before you land a trick. You have to keep trying something even though you're not sure it'll work. Same with the gym. Like you don't immediately know what your physique's gonna look like in 2 years. You're not gonna get benefits from one workout, but you keep going back and you keep doing it. It's like literally the opposite of instant gratification. But the funny thing about that is that I literally never cared, like at all, about any of that shit that I just mentioned. Until now. I was purely performance driven until I got injured. I was like, oh my God. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, what if I don't heal? What am I gonna do? And, what do I care about? Like, I literally just got sent into a whole identity crisis at 20 years old because I was like, what am I without my physical capabilities? That was something that I always worried about, but I never really knew how to say it. I always feared getting older, and I voiced that a few times. I was like, dude, the only reason I even care now is because of the fact that I got injured. I've been injured for like a few months now, really. And you're not gonna see it too much. I mean, my knee's bugging me, so I'm trying to be a little cautious, but mainly it affects me on any upper body day because it's my shoulder, right? I can show you like what I used to lift like and my best lift in the past 4 months. Clear difference. I'm terrified for when I'm older. I'm terrified about the fact that I'm gonna wake up and every joint is gonna hurt. Sometimes I would think about, well, what if I got like a lifelong injury at 20? Like, what if I got in a car accident? Like, what would I be? And I couldn't answer it. And that's what was truly scary. It wasn't the pain. I can deal with pain. I deal with it every day already. But I think what was really scary was the fact that like, if I lost my physical capability, I felt like I wouldn't be anything. I felt like I wouldn't be worth shit. And I came to that realization recently, and I was like, wow, that's not chill at all. Point is, I was kind of forced to change a little bit in some ways. And, but what's interesting about it is that everyone's gonna have to go through this at some point.
My mind has been in a debt. It's not disease, it might be my heart in the devil's hands. I told you that I'm okay. Little did I know that I'll never be the same again. Little did I know I would never see your face again. And I might be okay then.
Rolling up 5 grams.
22 bands and a blunt in my hand. She said the money won't make her dance, but for the dope she'll fuck my man.
Shit's so tough. I feel like most people that are like me, super physical, performance driven, they just keep going and do anything that they can to keep going, whether it's blasting steroids or peptides and just getting better and better and better. Oh yeah, my knee is not happy with me. Fuck. I can tell. It's not chill. It's not chill at all. Well, I guess that just amplifies my point. It's getting worse. But eventually the day will come when you're 50 years old and you can't function like you used to. I think an identity crisis is bound to happen for a performance-driven person like myself. And that's a scary thought, right? But I don't want you guys to sit here and think, oh, God, he's just writing a sob story or he's just trying to scare us because he got hurt, so Like, just hear me out for a second. It's not a sob story, bro. I'm just trying to put the boys on before you guys like just get blindsided by this. And I don't know, maybe I'm the idiot. Maybe everybody else already knew that. But I don't know, it's just different once you actually get thrown into, you know, the whole like, that whole like crisis of like, you know, what the fuck is going on in my life? Who am I now? Without the external factors. Because like before, you know, I felt good because I'm a double backflip a scooter. I won nationals at hockey. I got really jacked, really fast, and all these little like accomplishments. Well, even big accomplishments, really, you could say. But when you strip that physical away from me, what am I? But I think it's super dope that I've had the opportunity to think about that at my age, because realistically, if I never got injured, I would have literally never, ever thought about this until I was like 50. I wouldn't have adapted. I wouldn't have been forced to expand my mind. I wouldn't have been forced to do any of this stuff. And I think that's what's so dope about this process, is that it gave me an opportunity. Because like once you get hurt like that, you pretty much have two options. You can either sulk in your sorrows and be all pissy and be anxious 24/7 of when am I gonna get better and da 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 da. Or you can choose to find different aspects of your life that are actually pretty sick. There's scientists out there who have never done a single bench press. Okay, well, that's not who I want to be. It's like, okay, yeah, but like eventually you're gonna not be able to bench press anymore. Whatever your max is right now, you're not gonna be able to do it one day. So what do you do then? That's something to think about as a young man who really only cares about that type of stuff. It's like, okay, what are you gonna do later? I don't know what else to do with my head and my life, and I have no direction. I'm getting a glimpse, and I don't wanna just the only one that sees that, you know. If I got blessed with the opportunity to see something that can genuinely change a life, I figure I should put you guys on game, you know. Not just gonna be ready for the change and then just be like, ah, fuck everybody else, you know. I'd rather help show some more people rather than bear all the fruits to myself. And you guys are probably like, bro, how is getting injured a privilege? Well, I kind of just mapped it out a little bit. I got to see the reality of life beyond growing my legs a little bit from these things, you know? Shit like that. I'm not a Harvard student. I'm not doing like research on the brain. I'm not a therapist. I don't even really want to be a therapist. I could become one, yeah. But like, you know, I don't really want to do that for the rest of my life. So like, what am I now? Who knows? I'm not an engineer. I don't fuck with math like that. So it's like, you just get thrown into that and you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Chill on me, cuz. Chill on me. I'll continue philosophy maxing once I'm done lifting. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to athletic max right now though. Wow, this looks really good. Because I'm like bending over to talk to the camera. Am I gay maxing right now? This doesn't really feel like it's doing much, but it's probably like supposed to like work over like weeks or something rather than just like a immediate fix. But obviously, you know, I'm gonna still keep working at what I've grown up loving and what I do, which is the gym and scootering and stuff. Obviously, I'm gonna keep trying to work at that because that does fulfill me personally. But in terms of what am I giving to society, it's really nothing. Like if I can make these videos and help you guys to think and entertain you and get you to think more about certain shit, you know, at the age of 20, like most people don't start really focusing on trying to give back until they're older. Like you look at, I took a psychology class that basically explained like the stages of life and like what you do. It's like, yeah, you normally start doing that once you're like older, you're like 50. Then you're starting to think about, okay, what am I giving back to society? What am I giving to the next generation before I die? But why not start now? You know, that's pretty sick, I feel like. Then you get an extra 30 years of trying to do that. That's pretty sweet, dude. That's basically where we're at right now, fellas. It's really important that we start thinking about our minds and bigger topics before we feel out of touch with society. Like when you're older, like you don't have as big of a core group of friends, but you don't have as much time to genuinely make an impact and change something. There's a lot of shit going down in the world right now, and it's not up to 50, 60-year-old people to change anything. It's up to the younger up-and-coming generations. We're the ones that are gonna have to step forward and make something happen. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Like there's bigger things than just benching 315, although I need to do that shit because that would be tough as fuck.